Hey everybody, this is Peggy and I am so excited. Steve worked so hard today on getting my studio all together for me. I am just thrilled. I have all my new lights. I'd show you pictures, but if I take my camera off and show you my new lights, well, then you wouldn't see what I'm doing. So they're called Cowboy Studio Lights, and I've showed that on my blog, the picture. I'm just so excited. So thanks to my friend Christine, who told me that that's what she used, and so I had to get some. So I'm too excited. No shadows. I'm so happy. Well, a little bit, but not much. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I got this new stamp set called Cool Kid. At first when I saw it, I have to be honest, I was thinking, you know, I don't really make that many kid cards. Yeah, I've got 7 grandkids, but I make them quick cards because they throw them away. So I thought I'm not going to get it. But this little guy right here, let me bring it in and show you. Do you see that little dog right there? Well, if you'll check over at my blog, you'll see that I just did a canvas because I love mixed media, and I have a black lab. So I decided that is my dog Odie. So, had to buy this. I know, I always have to have an excuse. You know, I have to explain that to everybody. I have to have an excuse. I love this set. So, here's what I did. I was, again, flipping through on Pinterest, and, excuse me, I saw a card that was made real similar to this. They did some really fancy stuff. Actually, let me bring it back in. With awesome, I got to figure, I think what they did, what it looked like is that they took the word awesome and colored each individual letter individually with their markers. I didn't do that, but that's a really cool thing. And then I saw another one where they stamped this with our Whisper White and then embossed it with white embossing powder. The heat emboss, and it was really cool. But I decided I was just going to use the Amazing Superhero. And I'm going to use this to give to Steve for Valentine's Day from our boy Odie. Is that card too cute? Check it out. Do you see how I'm zooming in? I'm so excited. I got to tell you, I am the most spoiled person in the whole world. Steve got me a little doodaddy here. It's just called a remote doodaddy. And I can zoom in and zoom out without standing up and holding it like I used to forever. So I'm very excited. So, okay, now that I've told you how spoiled I am. So here's what I did. I stamped him using Memento ink, and I just read online on the Stampin' Up! Website for demonstrators that we are going to start carrying the black Memento Tuxedo black ink. I love it. This is my favorite black ink in the whole wide world because I can stamp with it and then I can color with markers and it doesn't bleed. And I love it. I use it with my Copics, with my Spectrum Noir. I use this always. So I'm so excited. Thank you, Stampin' Up! For starting to carry this. I'm very excited. So I stamped my little dog, and then I colored it in with my marker. And I have Memento marker red because I don't have my new ones from Stampin' Up! Yet. So I'll be getting more markers. But you know, I'm one of those people, yes, I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love to sell their products. I love their products. But I also have a lot of other products that I have to use up. Because I do. So anyway, so I colored him in. So I used the embossing folder that you're going to be able to get in just a few days. It starts our celebration sale. This is if you spend $50, you can get this embossing folder. And look, I'll give you just, I went ahead and embossed it offline just so you could see how cool. And I'm using this glossy card that I had in a pile. I like to use up my scraps. So there you go. Look at all those dots. Pretty cool, huh? So that's what I did. So that's how nice that it embosses. And so that's my background. Then I took the new punch that's out. This is our new tag punch. Now, it's a 2-inch, but you're going to have to trim your cardstock, as I've said in other videos, just a smidgen. And seriously, a smidgen down. And you just slide it in, making sure you center it. And there you go. Perfect every time. And as I've said before, you know, I'm one of those people, oh yeah, I can trim it, but it always ends up like this. So now it's going to be perfect. So then I just got my stamp out, and I stamped my little dog, as I said, and I stamped him right on here. And actually, you know what? We can just, where is that little stamp? I'll just show you how cool it stamps up there. Now, one of the things I wanted to tell you is that when you do your stamps, if you put the little picture on the back of there, it doesn't want to really stick very well, for me anyway, on my acrylic block. So I put a tiny, and you can't see it on there, well maybe you can right there, a little bit of adhesive on there, and then it holds it really, really nicely. So, you know, I just stamp him up. I know you guys know how to do this, but you know what? I'm just going to do it again. because I can. Alright, so I'm going to stamp him up here, about there, I guess. Just pressing straight down and straight up. Isn't that awesome? So there you are. And then I clean off my stamps. I have a big container of baby wipes, and then I buy the stamp cleaner and pour it over top of it, and that's how I clean my stamps. And then if I have some stamps that have a lot of little crevices in it, then I use my scrubber, but I don't use it all the time. Then I'm just going to stamp my words on here. And let's see, you know what, I might just do that awesome this time just because I can. Oops, sorry for the purple arm there. So let's just put that on there. Oh, my adhesive came right off. Let me just put a little bit more there. There we go. So we're going to stamp that. Now, here's one of the things I goofed on my first card, not thinking, and I just thought of it again. I could have very easily used my banner die cuts and cut this, I'm sure, but I didn't. I just kind of winged it. There you go. So there's the awesome. And we'll clean that off. And then I just trimmed it down and, you know, made my little tag. There you go. So that would go across there. So I would trim it down really good. Here's the thing I want to show you. I know you all know how to do that, but I just wanted to do it. The way the lady did, I lost my card. She did this. I love this. Let me bring this in and show it to you. You know, the hole for my tag is really, really small. See how tiny it is? And this ribbon that I found, I have a big giant jar of my scraps of ribbon, and I never throw any of my scraps away. And I thought I would like to put it in there, but the hole's too small, and I could, of course, then made the hole bigger, but I didn't want to. But this lady, what she did, and I love this idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And probably you've all done this. Anyway, I just saw it. She put a ribbon together, took her baker's twine, wrapped it around there, and tied it. Get a hold of that. Like so. And then tied her bow. I love that idea. And then you just cut it. There's that one. You know what, we could cut it this way too. Sometimes I laugh at myself. I do this and then I think, oh shoot, I cut it going the wrong direction. There we go. Okay, there we are. So then all I have to do, and now I'll tell you what I found out. I can't hold this and tie a bow very well. I'm out of the screen, aren't I? So what I did was I put a snot dot or glue dot on there, stuck it on my tag, and then I proceeded to tie it because it kept, little baker's twine is hard to tie when you're just holding it up in the air. Let's see if I can do it. Well, I did, but it's huge. And you really can't see what I'm doing because my fingers are all in the way. But you get the idea. Isn't that the most clever idea ever? I love that. I don't know who came up with it, but thank you very much for coming up with it because I intend to use that a lot. All right, I'm going to cut that off of there. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this card off camera because you don't need to watch me glue it all together. Bottom line is, I used some of our dimensionals, and I pop dotted my card because I don't know if you've all figured this out or not. I have trouble with this. Oops, wrong way. Oops, sorry. When I adhere things, when I've embossed it, it doesn't always, some of my adhesive just doesn't want to stick. But if I use my dimensionals or I use foam tape, then it sticks. So I used foam tape, and then I just even popped this up a little for more dimension. So that's everything I can show you today. I just wanted to bring that in real quick, and mainly I was testing out my new lights. If you wouldn't mind leaving me a comment, let me know what you think. I'll pass that along to my hubby because he has just been, he's just wonderful. And I'm not, you know, I'm not ashamed of it, and I'm not afraid to tell him that he's wonderful because, doggone it, he just is. All right, well, you all have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.